Have you ever seen a helicopter being prepared for combat or disaster relief? Not the thrilling takeoff or the precise maneuvering, but the quiet, disciplined dance that happens behind the scenes on the ground? What if I told you that a single piece of equipment, barely known outside the aviation maintenance world, could replace 6 machines, save hundreds of man-hours, and dramatically cut operational costs for helicopters like the Apache and the Black Hawk? Let me introduce you to a game-changer in helicopter ground support, the Modular Aircraft Hydraulic Test Unit, or MACHTU. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hydraulic test units aren't exactly the stuff of viral videos. But this one is different. The problem before MACHTU. Imagine you're stationed at a desert airbase in the Gulf, maintaining a fleet of attack helicopters. Before MACHTU, if you needed to perform routine maintenance or pre-flight checks, your crew would have to wheel out a hydraulic power unit, a separate air compressor, a nitrogen cart, electrical power units, and don't forget the floodlights for night ops. Each piece had its own quirks, its own operator, and its own maintenance requirements. Multiply that by several helicopters, and you start to see the chaos. Now imagine condensing all of that, hydraulic power, electrical support, air and nitrogen systems, even lighting, into one compact, rugged unit that can be towed out and operated by a small team. That's what MACHTU does. And it's not a concept. It's already deployed in the field. Real-world example, AH-64 Apache maintenance. Let's take the AH-64 Apache, a staple of modern air power. In a recent multinational exercise, maintenance teams reported that MACHTU cut their prep and turnaround time in half. Literally. Instead of chasing down multiple GSE carts, they just connected the MACHTU, selected the appropriate test program from the touchscreen interface, and began diagnostics. Power, it's there. Hydraulics, clean and pressurized. Nitrogen, ready for tire inflation or system purging. Night operations, just raise the floodlights. It's that efficient. But here's where it gets really interesting. MACHTU isn't just a convenience, it's a strategic asset. Let me explain. In modern military logistics, mobility and speed are everything. Being able to deploy, refuel, rearm, and maintain aircraft in a matter of hours, sometimes minutes, can determine the success of an entire mission. That's why countries across the Middle East and beyond are rethinking how they approach aviation support infrastructure. Connecting the Middle East with global innovation. This is where AERO, based in Dubai World Central, comes into play. AERO is the exclusive representative of Hydraulic, the US-based manufacturer of MACHTU across the Middle East. Their mission? To bring next-generation ground support equipment to regional air forces, defense contractors, and helicopter operators, civil and military alike. So if you're watching this from the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, or anywhere else in the region and wondering how to integrate this kind of technology into your own fleet support, AERO is your go-to source. And hey, if you're enjoying this deep dive into aviation tech and want to stay updated on more tools transforming the industry, feel free to hit that subscribe button. No pressure, just solid aviation content right when you need it. The MACHTU breakdown functions in one box. Let's look under the hood. The MACHTU combines hydraulic power supply with adjustable pressure and flow, hydraulic fluid purification system to remove water, gas, and particles, AC and DC electrical power, including 115/200 VAC 400 Hz and 28 VDC outputs, floodlighting tower for field maintenance in dark conditions, pressurized air system PAS for pneumatic tools and flushing, high-pressure nitrogen unit for servicing tires and accumulators, all powered by a diesel engine that also runs the electrical generator and pneumatic compressor. One unit, multiple systems. No need to manage a fleet of GSE. True story, joint operations logistics win. During a recent multinational joint exercise in Oman, logistics crews had to service a mix of helicopters from different countries, UH-60s, Apaches, and even older Bell utility helicopters. The base only had a few MACHTUs deployed by a partner country. At first, the crews were skeptical. How could one unit handle so many aircraft types? By the end of the exercise, those same crews were requesting specs and procurement contacts. That's how well. Hook 3. Now here's the kicker. While MACHTU was designed with military use in mind, its technology is starting to influence civil aviation too. Think about offshore helicopter operations for oil rigs, or air ambulance services operating from remote bases. Anywhere you need reliable, compact, multifunctional ground support, MACHTU fits. More than just maintenance, operational safety and cost savings. There's a hidden benefit to this type of equipment: safety and long-term cost efficiency. Contaminated hydraulic fluid is a known cause of failure in aviation systems. The MACHTU's built-in purification system helps maintain NS 1638 Class 3 cleanliness standards, extending component life and reducing unscheduled maintenance. And don't forget training. With MACHTU, your ground crews only need to learn one system. That's fewer errors, faster onboarding, and smoother operations. Who should be paying attention? If you're a military procurement officer evaluating fleet maintenance systems, a civil aviation operator working in challenging environments, or even a GSE distributor looking to modernize your product line, then this isn't just another piece of equipment, it's a strategy upgrade. The future is integrated. The trend in aviation is clear. Modular, multi-function, intelligent systems are taking over. Gone are the days of 10 carts for 10 tasks. The future is one cart, 10 functions. Smarter, faster, cleaner. And it's not just MACHTU. Companies like Hydraulics International Inc., represented in the Middle East by AERO, are investing in the kind of tools that make aviation safer, more reliable, and more cost-effective. Final word, what's next? So here's a thought. The next time you see a helicopter glide over your city or thunder into the desert sky, remember the quiet heroes on the ground and the technology that powers their work. If you're part of the aviation industry, whether defense or commercial, it's time to ask, are you still using yesterday's tools to solve today's problems? If not, maybe it's time to explore smarter solutions. Solutions like the MACHTU. And if you want more behind-the-scenes looks at aviation innovation, real tech, real stories, no fluff, then consider joining our channel. We cover everything from drones and ground support to flight training and regional aviation breakthroughs. Because in aviation, the story doesn't end